like, oh, you have this match and this, that, and he taps out to a simple, like, just breaking the guy's finger. I didn't mind the ending at all. If anything, it kind of, I'm hoping it kind of, I don't know how I would have wanted it to end other than that. Because for me, it made sense. So, but I would have been very much okay with having the match 5 minutes shorter or something like that. But the crowd was in it for a while. They were in it from the beginning to end. They were in it from the show, meaning from the very beginning to the very end. They were hot, which was awesome. So it really was a very good show overall, I think. I wouldn't say, as every wrestling person on Twitter is like, oh, this is already early candidate for show of the year. This is the first show of the year for WWE, period. Come on. So, I don't think when you look at it from years down the line, not years down the line, like weeks down the line, months down the line, that I don't think it would be show of the year, but it was pretty damn good. So I look forward to seeing more UK takeovers because I want more early afternoon pro wrestling. Yeah, NXT UK is pretty boss. I'm not going to lie. Again, I don't keep up on it weekly like a lot of people do, which I'm kind of sad that I don't. But again, you get enough with the video packages at the very beginning to kind of get the idea of what everything is going to be, which is great. So, one complaint I'll say, and I said this on Twitter, I can't stand Vic Joseph. Well, some people can't stand Nigel. I completely understand why. But Vic Joseph is just so bland. He's so basic. He sucks. And I hate to say that about a talent, but I don't like him as a broadcaster on a wrestling show. I don't know. Oh, who would you replace him with? I don't know who they have to replace him with, if that was even the case. I just don't like him. There's just something about him I don't like. That's all. But that was my one real complaint about it. To your question, Blake, where was it? Right there. Did I enjoy all the singing from the crowd? Yes. Absolutely. Like, I was just talking to people that I know over in England, and I tell them all the time, I gotta come down, I gotta go there for a show because I would love to experience it live. I mean, I pretty much did when the UK fans at the Raw after WrestleMania 29 took over the Izod Center. But I want to be in England watching a show in England, experiencing that kind of crowd live. I'm sure there's nothing like it. I don't give a shit if Vic Joseph likes me or not. I don't give a shit if he likes me or not. I just don't like... He's just so basic. He's so basic. I just can't stand him. There's something about it. Like many people don't like Michael Cole. He's gotten better over the last few years. I enjoyed him with Taz when he was first really getting his big break in commentary, like as a regular, instead of filling in for Jim Ross when they decided to fire him pretty much every week. And then he got lazy with it, and now he's back stepping up his game. But a lot of people don't like Michael Cole. A lot of people don't like Jim Ross. A lot of people don't like, others, So, it's just a matter of tastes and preferences. Vic Joseph's not my cup of tea. Let's see. What's the random question here? Do you have an Iron Woman match? and both women don't get in the ring for the first 5 minutes, shouldn't that be a double count out with both getting falls? I guess. If the bell didn't ring, then it shouldn't count. If the bell rings and they're still outside for 5 minutes, then yeah, they should both be counted out. Unless they're doing things like they did in the Attitude Era, like they followed the rules for every other match on the card, with the exception of the main event, where they brawled pretty much throughout the entire arena. So that's just my take on that. Let's see. Look forward to see more of the chicks. Yes. Well, again, it depends on who they bring into NXT UK for the women's wrestlers. There's a lot of talented women's wrestlers in the UK. A lot of them, and a couple of them just got signed. A couple big ones. So it's now going to be interesting to see where they go from here in regards to signing more talent. How do they push different talent? Do they have a bunch of homegrown talent now with the opening of the NXT UK Performance Center? You know, it's going to be interesting to see how things go. So it's going to get interesting from here. So anyway, that's NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool. I'm going to take another quick break. I'll show you another match. And when I come back... Now, why did this... This isn't the match I want to show. Anyway. Who the fuck is... Oh! That's another one. Hold on. Let me just get to this really quick. At the end of the NXT UK, I always keep saying it. At the end of the WWE United Kingdom Championship match, Pete Dunne's celebrating, and all of a sudden Walter comes out. Walter, for anybody who doesn't know, this dude hits hard like anything you've ever seen in your life. The dude is a big guy, hits hard, very British strong style, if you will, and he is... I don't really get his gimmick other than... I forget what it said on his jacket. Because I guess that's like his nickname. I just can't think of it right now. But if you go on YouTube, there's plenty of compilations out there of him just chopping people. Someone posted online of him, I guess at the UK tapings, of him, I guess in a squash match. Well, obviously a squash match. The guy's half his size. It's actually really funny to see how big he is compared to how little this guy was that he was in the ring with. But he... Because the caption was on Twitter somewhere, oh man, I wonder how they're going to hold back... I wonder how they're going to hold back Walter. Oh, shit. And they do a spot where like he dodges a couple things, the jobber, and Walter chops the shit out of him. It's the chop echoes everywhere. That's what he's known for, really, is just chops. Chops and just kicks to the face, like any big talent coming out of the NXT UK or out of the UK or anything. So, but this guy hits hard. He is a really good wrestler. There's a match out there if you want to go look for it. It's Walter versus Will Ospreay, and they put on an incredible match. So what it shows me is Walter can work with guys his size. If you want to look online, there's also a full match of him versus PCO from one of the Janela Spring Breaks, or someone like Will Ospreay. So he can work with anybody, it seems like, and I don't know what they're going to do with him character-wise in NXT UK. I didn't watch enough of Walter otherwise to really get what his gimmick is, other than the fact that he hits hard as hell. So, So it'll be interesting to see what winds up coming of Walter in NXT. I was saying to a friend of mine that I really wished that. Oh, really? Who? Oh, Walter versus Matt Riddle. Oh my God. I can't even imagine the stiff show that was had to have been. The way that they both like to hit, holy crap. I would imagine that was just a hard hitting. Oh my God. But anyway, if you want to go look it up, there are matches of Walter out there, and with different people of different sizes, so you can kind of see that he is a very well diverse talent, and there's a reason why people within the WWE system, whether they're in NXT, they're on the main roster, or in NXT UK, they're excited to see Walter in NXT UK, because now it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here. Obviously, it's going to be, they're setting up Walter versus Dunn. I was saying to a friend the other day, like yesterday before Dunn even retained the title. Dunn yesterday, I think, was at 603 days as as WWE United Kingdom champion. I would like to see him make. Does Walter have to be capitalized? I don't know. That's the only way that I ever talk about Walter is I capitalize it. Any time that you would see like a press release promoting that he's going to be working a show, you always see his name in all caps. So I'd assume yes. What's up, James? Good to see you here in the chat. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. Oh, anyway, I wanted to see Dunn make 1,000 days, selfishly. But now that Walter's here, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have Walter take the title from Dunn. I wouldn't be surprised one way or another. They really need to change the title name to NXT UK. Yes, they do. They do. And I'm sure they will. But let's be honest here. Let's be honest here for a second. The NXT UK Championships are the best looking belts of all the brands in WWE. So, we'll just put it out there. I wanted to get to talk about to the NXT UK Performance Center. I didn't even realize that this was something actually in the works, as I'm pretty sure Triple H had laid out a plan at WrestleMania week last year, or this past Mania. But, unless you're getting me a beer? No, I'm not getting you a beer. So, I'm kind of in disbelief to see that they actually went through with it, that they're really going to go for it. And it goes to my point kind of years ago when I talked to a current producer for WWE actually right now, is Triple H is the old school thinking guy. He's pretty much creating territories within the NXT right now. Where I said something that, could we see a territory system with Triple H in charge, or doing something with Triple H, and now we're seeing it come. It's manifesting itself right now. So it's going to be very much interesting to see, because they're saying, okay, well, they're housing so many people at a time, like 20 to 30 people in one time on the NXT UK roster or whatever it is, that they're going to be training there on a continuous basis, and they're laying out, they have doctors and medical facility, this, everything. It's amazing. And they have 2 rings in this facility as opposed to 5, 6, or 7, whatever it is, in the actual Performance Center in Orlando. Now, I can't imagine